Assalamu alaikum. Hi, it's Haytham here, and today we're going to go through the jump function for the ball itself. I believe that's the only remaining feature from the rollable tutorial that we're going to go through. Right after that is going to be a personal um, dedication towards the project where I'm going to add, as I mentioned earlier, a bunch of new features like level selection, a save system, perhaps a currency system, even NPCs with dialogue. We could also utilize the terrain system to make some amazing levels, etc. So for today, I have the ball right here, and for the gameplay so far, I'm able to move the ball, all right, collect the collectible, but I cannot jump. For example, if I place a collectible at the top, or like simply move a collectible a bit upward. So my next step would be to open up the ball controller's script. So I'm gonna head over to the ball's game object. I have the ball controller right here, and then I'm gonna create a new feature or a new function, sorry, to handle balls jumping mechanism. Yeah. So going through the current implementation, I have been able to get the movement of the ball by using the um, horizontal as well as the vertical movement by getting the input.get access. I don't want to check out the copilot feature. Let me just check out my code. So yeah, I can get the input of the horizontal movement as well as the vertical movement by getting them from the update function through the move ball function itself. Now, the next one would be to simply check for jump. All right. Now, I don't have a jump function. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to create a new function under move ball void jump. And why is it in the update method, mind you? It's because that I need to check if the player is pressing the jump button, all right, at all times. And I can only do that by using one of the update methods that I have. We have three, by the way. So we've got update and then fixed update and then later update. We're gonna get through. We're gonna explain them, inshallah, in the next tutorials. But for now, we only need the update method. So let's go ahead with the jump function. I want to check if I have pressed um, space. So, and this is how it's illustrated. So simply, the code here says go to the input class the same way that I got the input for the horizontal and vertical movement. Get me a key this time. Over here, we're getting an axis. And an axis, it means that I'm getting either X or Y, right, from controller input. But here I'm actually getting a key, and the key is space, as in space from a keyboard space, right? So when you press space, I'd like you to do some certain logic within the jump function. We already know that we're influencing the ball's physics by accessing its rigid body component, right? So we're going to do that again, basically. So I'm going to be adding force again, but this time is going to be on its y coordinates because the in the movement for the ball's movement, I've been influencing its horizontal, which is x, all right, movement, and I have been ignoring y because I don't want to influence the y movement. And then I also use the vertical input instead of the sorry for the vertical input that I provide through the keyboard or even the controller. In our case, I'm taking the space bar and then simply writing the code for me to plug in the y coordinates this time. So I'll simply use the same yeah, here. I'll simply use the same coordinates right here. So new vector 3, and then I don't want to influence the x. I want to influence the y, but let's do that later. And then I don't want to influence the vertical input as well. I'm gonna have to create a new variable. I'll call it float jump speed or jump power. Let's call it, yeah, jump speed, and then I can simply plug in the jump speed right here. All right. And in the add force, I'm creating a new vector and I need to actually enclose it because I'm opening a new parenthesis here and then I'm doing a new vector basically to put right here. I can, of course, extrapolate this and put it up here and call it jump, for example, but I didn't see that it's going to be necessary in our case. I'm simply adding the force of the jump speed. I don't want to influence the horizontal nor vertical input. That's why I've set them to 0. And now, once I actually play the game and press space, I should be able to notice that, hmm, oh, I have not set the jump speed. Yet another mistake. But yeah, over here I've got the ball speed, and I need to make this public to be accessible for it to be accessible within the editor itself. So I'm gonna head over to the balls game object, right? And ball speed is set to 5. I can set this to 50, for example, and let's play it again. There you go. I've pressed it once, all right, and the power is way too high. So let me just set it to 5 again. 5 is not noticeable. Let's set it to maybe 15. All right. There you go. The problem, though, if you haven't noticed already, is that when I continuously press space, it's just going to fly. All right. So it's going to continue to fly upward. Yeah. It's coming down. It's just because I've pressed. Yeah. Oh, gosh. This is another problem. It's good that it happened. So you can check it out. But basically, we've got two issues right now. When I continuously press space, all right, it's gonna fly. The other issue is that the ball itself, we've already noticed that in the feed, that when it fell down, it acted as if there was no ground, even though there was a collider right here. So the issue is that Unity renders physics, all right, or renders collisions based off of four different categories. And the thing is that with collision detection, all right, let me try to open the documentation to show it to you. With collision detection, I've got the discrete method. Let me find it. Yeah, here you go. And the discrete method basically calculates collisions, all right, yeah, there you go. It's not involved with any fast moving collisions. All right. So it's not really gonna be responsive when it handles collisions. So what I want to do for it to be responsive and continuously detect if there's collision for this specific object, I'm going to need to change this to continuous. And this is going to allow me to continuously check if there was any type of collision. All right, let it fall again. So then you can see it for your own eyes. Let's see, where is it? Is it that far? Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, I don't want it to get out. Let me just, there you go. All right, there you go. So now it's continuously checking for collisions, and it's not going to go through basically the ground as it did before. But we still have the same problem as before. When I jump, um, I'm basically flying. So the solution to that is to check if I'm on the ground. So I have the ground object right here. Wait, why is this flipped? Yeah, there you go. So I have the ground object right here, and I have its name. I can set it to ground as well as a tag. Yeah, there you go. Ground. And what I want to do right now is to check if I'm on the ground, allow me to jump. And if I'm not, then I shouldn't be able to put any kind of input to jump again. Because what's happening here is that I'm allowed to jump all the time, which means that I'm adding force, all right, all the time to the ball. And I want to stop that. So what I need to do is that I need to simply check void on collision, enter, And then over here, I'm simply going to check if collision dot compare tag, is it? Dot compare tag ground. Where did I take this name from? I simply set it to, oh, why did I put it semicolon anyway? I simply set it to the ground itself right here. It should be set. I forgot to do that. So I went to the ground game object. I've set the ground tag on it. And now I'm going to tell the ball, if you touch only when you touch the ground, you're allowed to jump. If you're not, then I can't jump. That's it. So if I'm on the ground, and now let's just make a quick variable right here. Let's call it a bool. It's going to be a bool is jumping or is grounded for now. Yeah, is grounded. And we'll default it to false, right? Now, when I'm actually touching the ground, so I'm actually colliding with the ground, then and only then is grounded is going to be true. And when I jump, I'm going to check when I press space and I'm grounded, yeah? And is grounded, then allow me to jump. All right. But also, I need to be able to set this to false. So when I'm off the ground, I'm actually not able to jump. So is grounded is going to equals to false. All right. And only when I'm touching the ground, then it's going to be reset back to true. And then I'll be able to jump again. Let me show it to you in action. I don't need this anymore. Let's show the engine. Right. Did I save the script? I believe I did. Okay, the power of the jump itself is very low. So set it to 500 maybe. There you go. There you go. I cannot jump any more than that. Okay. And yeah, it works perfectly. Works perfectly. Now I can finally actually put collectibles at the top. I can make levels here, like stairs maybe, and make the or slopes that the ball can go through or go up through, and then be able to jump for it. All right, cool. So we've got the core mechanics working according to the rollerball tutorial. From this point onward, we're gonna go extreme, the same as the name of the tutorial series. But next up, I'm gonna create a basically a tutorial video for you guys to be able to set up or upload your projects on GitHub, right? And GitHub is basically going to allow us to have a set code for each video that we work on or for each feature that we work on, and then decide whether we want to merge it to the whole game or not. I'm going to explain it all in the video for GitHub, but for now, thanks for watching, and yeah, stay tuned. Thank you.